Thank you to Alec Burdet and Easy for subscribing. Since I didn't upload for 2 weeks, I'm gonna thank you two people at once again. Thank you so much for giving me a chance to the channel. I really hope you enjoy the content that's to come. And I hope you have fun. Thank you so much. So just before we go, just very little Yap session. It's just to tell you guys why I haven't been uploading. One, I was on vacation at Barcelona with my girlfriend, so that's a start. And second, I wasn't really just feeling to record, so that's the biggest reason. I don't have any ideas, and I just don't want to keep uploading Purple Luffy gameplay because that's pretty much the only deck I'm enjoying playing. So this is just to tell you, maybe in the future. For now, I don't know when I'm going to upload again, you know? This video is a little bit fun video to me. It may not be to you guys, but right now I don't know if I'm gonna keep uploading once a week because I just ran out of ideas. Also, I ran out of ideas that I think are fun to record. So if I'm not having fun, might as well not record. Last thing is, if you guys hear me drink something or eat something, is because I was recording this early in the morning while I was eating breakfast. Because the leader got announced yesterday, and I decided to start recording today to upload today. And I have a little bit more stuff to do besides editing and whatnot. So yeah, hello, my name is Dr. Shumbles, and today we're going to talk about the new purple Kata that just got announced, the Kata leader that's coming out in OP11. Now that's still it's still a while till he comes to the West, but I wanna still talk about him because there hasn't been in a good while, pretty much ever since Arpilo, a leader that I instantly clicked just by looking at him, but just by reading his effect. So I kind of want to just do some theory crafting on him. So I just put together these cards that I think could possibly be used in the deck. If there's any cards that you're some old card that's just currently available that you're gonna use, but probably we're gonna play much more with the support that's coming out in OP11 for him. But I still wanna give some ideas before I even continue. I know Onigashima Island cannot be used with him, but we'll get to that. Let's just start by reading his effect. His effect is rather simple. When attacking or when your opponent attacks, once per turn, Dawn -1, look at the top card of your opponent's deck, then give this leader plus 1k power for this battle. So it's not that bad. People are a bit annoyed that it's not during the turn. For example, Kata pretty much makes one character or leader just -1k for the whole turn, and this Kata is just for a battle. It's understandable, but I still think because of the effects we're gonna get, which I'll get to that, I still think it's very viable. I don't think this deck will be meta. Yes, I know, you guys probably read a title and read a thumbnail that will say this shit is going to be groundbreaking. That's just clickbait for YouTube, sorry. And so, but I think this could possibly be a really good road deck, or since the set is focused on Luffy and Katakuri, it could be just generally actually meta breaking because it's just gonna give him extreme strong support, but that's just to come to see. At the very least, I know it's going to be interesting because of this Charlotte Oven that got revealed before Katakuri, which is activate main, you may rest this character, declare a cost of your choice, and reveal the top card of your opponent's deck. If the revealed card has the same cost as the declared cost, KO up to one of your opponent's characters with an original cost of 3 or less. Then add up to one Dawn card from your Dawn deck and rest it. So this effect is really interesting, and this is why I'm probably gonna do this deck. I haven't clicked with the deck for so long, and Katakuri is my second favorite character, right after Law. I just love the character, and I love the color purple. He's pure purple, you know, everything is just clicking right. And this effect is very interesting to me because it just pretty much is saying that the support that's coming to Kata will be based on you knowing the top card of the opponent's deck and then activating something, some effect along those lines with that, which to me is already so much fun just by reading it. Not only that, I always love when they make the leader effects a bit more lore based on the character that we see One Piece. Kata is very known for his vision haki, and so this is something that is very in lore for him. That's something I also loved in the yellow category. One thing, for example, on this purple Luffy, although he is meta right now, I don't know if this makes sense for lore wise on Luffy. I don't know, we just have so many Luffys, it's hard to say right now. But yeah, this means that every single card we're getting as support for Kata will probably have an effect similar to this oven, which is looking at the top deck. This can make some really fun interactions and really fun combos. Not only that, this oven is giving us a ramp, so it's pretty much making sure that the Dawn we lose with Kata is being replenished right away. So it's really nice. Like, you can play Charlotte Oven, attack with Kata, reveal the top card, get one Dawn down, then you just activate Charlotte Oven as soon as you drop him, get that Dawn back. It's really nice, really. Some people are speculating we could have a card that places this top card, like if you guess the cost of the top card, you can place it on the bottom deck. That also seems a fun interaction. If you see a problematic card, you can put him on the bottom. It's just like Kata with the yellow Kata with the lives. I think that would be super fun as well. And really, I think the support is gonna make this deck fun, which is just getting me excited to play it. So with that being said, let's get to the cards that are already out, that probably can see some play. I'm not saying that all of these cards will have a place in the deck. It's just some effects that can be used as tech, maybe. Most of them not really, but we'll see. First of all is the obviously Bon Clay. We're gonna use him for the ramp. I just put him here to actually say that. Is in every purple deck. You know, I only have 2 of them. If he drops in price, I'm definitely grabbing 2 more. But he's just so expensive, and since I'm thinking about making this Kata deck, I'm really focused on making this Kata deck because it's coming in OP11. So it gives me time to save enough money to just buy out the whole deck. So yeah, I really wanna. This Bon Clay is probably gonna be played. The blocker kit is also a nice option because, well, every time you're using your leader effect, you're just getting that Dawn back as active. Not only that, if we match this with the Charlotte Oven that got revealed, that means that we can pretty much use our leader ability, get one active Dawn back, and then we can still use the Oven ability, per example, and then get a ramp Dawn. So that's kind of huge, to be honest. If you can manage to set it up properly, which I think we will not be able to. I think this would be a very slow setup to do, and I don't really think, for example, for my experience, Purple Luffy, I don't think Purple thrives on playing slow. He likes to rush the late game, so setting these things up can be very, very tricky, but we'll see. It also depends on the support we get, obviously. Next, Izitoki Kamaso, an obvious choice. Every time we return a Dawn with our leader ability, it helps us take away a character of 2 cost or less. I think if we play him, it will be because of decks like Bonnie, per example, or green decks that use the Fortress Kit, that use the Don Quixote Rocinante blocker, you know, so it helps us take away this kind of characters, or against Blackbeard to just take away the searcher. So the Laftare, whatever his name is, don't really care. Sorry, I'm just in case I remember any new cards. Next is this Charlotte category. Now this is something that I think everybody's saying that it's 95%. I'm 95% sure that we will be using him. Since the set is focused on Kata and Luffy, the chances of getting a new high cost Katakuri card purple is insane, because Katakuri is going to be a pure purple. So this card can be a huge setup. Let's just imagine they release a new 8 cost Katakuri character for the purple Katakuri. This guy can be used on late game to make that 8 cost Katakuri just a 2 cost. If your opponent is on the 8 Dawn, because this effect it resolves based on your opponent's Dawn, so it's based on late game. You can play this card and then just KO it. I think you trash it, right? Yeah, you trash the character, and then you can play this new Katakuri that may or may not come out. It can also be a new Big Mom card, obviously, but I don't know. I think it would be really fun to see a new Kata character. And to be honest, if it's a Kata leader, I prefer a Kata character to play. I think it's more on theme. And obviously, I just prefer Kata as a character besides Big Mom. So I think this card will, like, 95% be on the deck. Like, we're probably, I don't know if we're gonna play 4, because it depends on how much support we play of the new support or the old support we play. So it depends on the space we have on the deck. But this will most surely be played at the very least at 3. Like, making a combo where you can play this at 2, then bring out a new Katakuri, and then just have a lot of Dawn to attach or do more combos with. It's just too insane to pass out, so I think this is going to be on the deck. So I would suggest, if you're thinking of making the deck, just grab this one at the very least. At the very least. Next is Charlotte Brule. This is a 4 cost, which is why I don't really think this is going to be... Most of this, I don't think it's going to be really played until the events, probably. It's a possibility. The reason is she's a blocker, she can help you with defense. If we have, like, again, using Charlotte Oven as a based on card that could be released, we can have a card that says, look at, declare a cost, look at the top card of your opponent, and if you get the cost right, you can play a character from your hand that's a cost of 5 or less, for example. That would be really insane, by the way, if that would be the case. 5 or less, but maybe 4 or less could be nice. I don't know. Maybe we needed to activate main and use 1 extra round for it, just in case, you know, just to keep it balanced. I don't know. I think being able to play a new character every turn for free by just activating main can be very threatening. It would be good pressure, and obviously would put the Katakuri purple leader on the map, but it still is a possibility. So this would have a use of you managing to play with it, you know, like you would play 2 copies of this on your deck just to have extra defense, and when it gets KO'd, you just get 1 Dawn, so it helps you ramp a little bit. Next is the Pudding. This card is also, I'm 95% sure it will be played. I think Pudding, Katakuri, and the Blocker, Bond Clay and Blocker Key, these 4 cards are the ones that are the most likely to be played as characters. Pudding will probably be searchable along with this Katakuri, and her with Kid, if you manage to set the 2 up, she's just going to give you extra Dawn. And again, if we let's imagine if we set up if we set her up on your first turn, let's just imagine, and then on your second turn you can play the Oven, attack with Katakuri, use the leader ability, look at top deck, Pudding will replenish it, and once again we play Oven, the Oven effect, and will ramp. So that's the big difference here. And not only that, she's a 3 cost, so we can use her early game, which is why I'm more sure that we're gonna play her besides the Blocker Kid. It's simply that, because Kid is a 5 cost, which is harder to set up, and Charlotte Pudding, it's just easier to set up, because again, just based on the Charlotte Oven, he's a 4 cost, so it's gonna be really hard if you need to wait to play a Kid to start ramping up. So I think the Pudding will just be better, and once again, it's probably gonna be searchable. So yeah, Next is Charlotte Perospero. This card will probably not be played. It has no counter, it's a 3 cost 5k, and on KO you just get 1 Dawn, so you just ramp 1 Dawn. It's not bad. Again, it's like this Brule, maybe will be played like 2 as tech if needed, we don't know. I can see this being played, for example, the matchup of Blackbeard, just to make sure you have ramp. Not really sure that we need, because all of our effects right now are pretty active main, especially that Charlotte Oven that got leaked. So for now I don't think we are so dependent on the on-play effects, which is nice. So that's why I also don't see this being played. But it could be a tech card, you know, to help you build pressure. I don't know, I'm seeing myself playing 4 Pudding on the deck, and then like 2 of these to make sure that if I go first, I kind of have the chances of having a target on my second turn to play. Sorry, I just realized I said like on first turn we play like Pudding. It's on second turn, and then on third turn we could play Oven, and so on. Sorry. So I can see myself doing that, but again, I think we're gonna have support to cover this, so I don't really think this is going to be played. If it is, nice. Next is Charlotte Lilling. This joins the pack of the most likely going to be played card. I mean, everything is just sets itself up. She's a Big Mom Pirates, she's a late game card, she's Lilling, she's for Katakuri. We're probably gonna be playing 2 of her at the very least. She's gonna make you healthy again by replenishing your health, and it's going to be taking away some cards from your opponent's board, especially if we manage to ramp up a lot, like with Pudding, maybe Kid, maybe with this Brule, maybe with Nuke support. We can play this earlier than most, pretty much like Purple Luffy, and this will help us a lot as well. So yeah, I can see it being played most definitely. Next is this Secret Rare. It's not a bad card, but taking away your Tendon is really annoying, because you're not gonna get the effects of Pudding or this Blocker Kid, because like you're taking away all other characters and trashing one of your opponent's cards and replenishing one of your health. Taking away the Tendon is really damaging, so I don't think this will be played. Again, it can be a tech, we'll see, depends on the support that Kata has, but this probably won't be played, but it's nice to mention. Next is this Killer, Heat and Wire. The reason I added these 3 is just because they have effects based on you, like Amazul, every time you take away 1 Dawn, they get an effect. This is just to tell you, we can get some of like this kind of effects as Kata support in the OP11 as well. But if I wanted to guess a card that could be played as tech, it's Wire. Because in case you can see it right there, it's once per turn, but it's not locked for your turn. Unlike Heat, which is your turn and once per turn, and Killer. This means we can play like a Wire, 2 Wires for example, we can squish in 2 Wires for our deck, and doing your turn and your opponent's turn, we are pretty much cycling out our hands to see what we need to see. Not only that, the reason why I think this guy can be played at 2 is just like Brule, he's a blocker, so he can just replenish your defenses, and not only that, he's a 3 cost. So like Pudding, like what I said with Charlotte Perospero and Pudding, having like 2 and 4 Pudding just kind of to try mathematically to try and make sure you have a going first, second turn play. It's nice, and I think it will help us a lot. And I think, and that's why this card is so much on my side to play. Really, it can be a really nice and fun tech card. It can help you cycle out the hand. I think that can be really strong, depending on the consistency of the Kata. We don't know how much consistency it can have, but speaking of consistency, the next card we will going to be talking about is the the event of we're going to claim the One Piece. This right now is the only purple searcher we have for the Kata. Not gonna lie, we're probably gonna get a Kata's a character, you know, a Big Mom's purple character searcher. That's a 1 cost like Purple Luffy got Law. we're probably gonna get something along those lines, you know. This will also be an indirect buff to the pudding, the yellow-purple pudding leader that we already have. If not, if we don't have a searcher, this will probably be our only way to search, so I'm probably gonna try to squeeze the four of these events. This just because, in my experience playing the purple decks, if you don't have consistency, you're gonna miss out a lot. Like, the purple decks really like to have a line of play. For example, purple Luffy really likes to play on the second turn ramp up and go first. Second turn ramp up, play Zorojuro. Third turn ramp up, play Luffy Taro and play something else. You know, you kind of always want to have a linear combo along the game. And so I think upping the consistency to make sure you see these combo line characters is really needed. So I think if you don't get a searcher, this card will probably be played. So yeah. Next is the It's to Die For. This is just maybe a tech card to ramp up. Don't really see it being played. But it's a Big Mom Pirates card. It can be searched most likely. So I don't know, but I don't really think we are going to be playing it. We could potentially, like, since I don't have 4 Bonkure, I could be playing 2 Bonkure, 2 of these. So it's not bad. It's not that bad, you know. It's a good budget card, so to speak. Next is the Hakai Ocean Sovereignty. This is not the name on the West, by the way. But I don't really remember the name, so I'm just gonna say it. This card we can squeeze into as tech. This helps us against mid-range decks, like Purple Luffy or Blue Doflamingo if he's still a lot of meta in OP11, which I think he will be. Is just very simple to play and he can get very consistent results. So this, on your main, you use 6 Dawn, you take away 2 Dawn, and then if your leader is Big Mom Pirates, which will be, you KO 2 of your opponent's cost 6 or lower characters. So it's nice to clear up some of the enemy's board. Don't know if it's going to be played or not, but it can be, you know, it's nice to consider, you know. And lastly is Onigashima Island. Now, I don't think this, obviously this will not be played on the Kata deck. You have to have a leader with the Animal Kingdom Pirates, which Kata is not. But we could potentially have the exact same stage, like the effect, but for Big Mom Pirates. It could be the exact same cost, like 3 costs, activate main, you rest the stage. If your leader is Big Mom Pirates type, add 1 Dawn card from your Dawn deck and rest it. It could be literally this. This would already help us a lot to ramp up or to replenish our Dawn for our leader effect. This in combination with cards like Charlotte Oven, we already had it leaked, that it also gives us one Dawn back. This can be a very consistent way to ramp up. This will also take away the need of playing so many Bonkures, because that would kind of clog the deck out of the combos. And again, we want to play the new support, because probably the new support coming on OP11 for Katakuri will be the thing we're going to be playing. But again, having a new stage, like we play 4 of this stage, we play 2 of these Bonkure, we play 4 of this Pudding, and we already have an early game setup to make sure we have ramp. So playing, let's just imagine, playing 4 Pudding, 4 of this stage, we already have 8 cards on our deck that would make our leader effect not really waste our Dawn on our turn. So that's really already very big. And then on our third turn, we could play things like Charlotte Oven and so on and so forth. This again, and now this is where it all comes together. Playing something like Wire as well. So playing 2 Wires, 4 Pudding, 4 of whatever the new stage could be. That could be 3 costs. This gives us 10 cards that we can play on our second turn, which just gives us consistency, which is what we want to do with a purple deck, to have some line of plays. So this is just like a line of thought that we can have, making sure we have something to do on our second turn. But obviously I think the setup we probably want to see, if we get this stage, is play 4 Pudding and 4 of the whatever the new stage of the Holy Cake is coming, and hope that we get 1 to make sure that we have ramp or we don't lose that much Dawn with our leader ability. So that's pretty much it. This was all of my ideas, all I could have researched, and I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope it gave you guys some ideas. If you're thinking of making this deck, I would highly suggest you to just grab 4 of this pudding and try to grab 4 of this category. Just in case, I really think these 2 are going to be played. They're really cheap right now, and they're probably gonna go up in price in the future if my hunch was right, which again, it probably will be because every single person on the Discord server is saying it will be played. So considering getting these 2 cards, I would say you need to, and also this Charlotte Laneling, I also would consider. I don't think Kure is something you need to consider because it's very expensive, so I would get it if you don't want to buy it. Most of you that are thinking to play the Katakuri, the new category in OP11, probably already play purple and probably already have him. But if you don't, then, you know, don't buy him. It's very expensive. Hold on to your money just a second and prioritize these 3. These 3 are very likely to be played, Linling and Pudding and Kamazo, and the Katakuri. The rest, you can hold on as well. You can buy them. I buy them if you want. For example, the Blocker Kid, It's to Die For, the Searcher event. But I don't really see the need. I only see the need to buy these three, in case you really want to set up yourself to play the deck in the future. And we're gonna have a gameplay of the deck in the future, most definitely. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I know this video was a long theory crafting. I still hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, consider liking and subscribing to the channel. And I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.